is what we normally come across when walking through the mangroves. Lots of turtle shells. That is actually a really big turtle. And something I always like to do is just go through the gut where the stomach was and just have a look at what they normally eat. You can see heaps of shells, nice and normal. This is what happens when plastic's in the ocean. You don't know whether turtles are going to die from it, or like this is what caused it, but it's just shitty to see plastics in there. So I'm pretty sure all of us know what the problem is, but yeah, it's just unfortunate when you see it and come across it like this. It's a bit more real. Yeah, so I think that would have been from a mud crab pot, so where you put the bait in. So it's obviously found it with the bait in it, and yeah, ingested it. So shitty. It would have been better to see it in the water alive instead of in the mangroves, but yeah, could have died of old age. That's a big turtle. It's a really big turtle. So normally the heads that I find are only that big and that they're years old, but this thing will have been well and truly over 100 years. So come across heaps of crab pots that get cut off by props. So whenever they come up into the high tide mark where there's no more water, and to stop them from catching anything else, normally just break them down, stick them up in trees. So just pick them up later on, just so they can't do any more damage. A lot of the mangroves here in Brisbane have got seagrass. Turtles come in, this is what they eat at a high tide. But when the water's up, there's shit like this over in the mangroves. So there's always potential for danger for them. A lot of the time that's where I see turtles getting stuck in, so is in crab pots. This is just another example of another pot we found. Crab in it, no bait, no name, no ropes on it. So it's, as you can see, there's actually a big Jenny in it. So she's a big breeder. There's so many pots up here that get washed up. So there's no bait in this. It looks like it hasn't been touched for ages. It's just a reason. Like this crab's been baking in the sun here for hours. We're that far away from the water, and that tide's still coming up. So it's been out for a long time. Just another example of ghost pots. Just catching things that nobody's coming back for to have a look. So this area doesn't get walked much at all. So yeah, look, judging by her shell, she's not a crab that is going to shed, or she hasn't shed a shell for a long time. Her body is empty, is really empty. So she's been in that pot for a long time. So I'll go put her back in the water and see how she goes, I guess. Hope she doesn't end up in another pot. I'll quickly explain the concept of ghost pots. And with that crab that we found before, first stages are fishermen will put the bait in the crab pot. Crabs will come in, either strong tides will take the pot, take it away from where the crabber originally put the pot, or ropes will get cut by props from boats. So those existing crabs that are in there, they'll go to a place some can't get out, some do, but they might die. Other fish will swim in through the holes. They'll get trapped up. Say if this gets washed up in the mangroves, at a high tide, fish will be in there. They'll all die. Crabs will go in. Low tide goes out for a couple of days. They'll die in there. High tide comes in, more fish. It's an ongoing cycle. So it's just important. Keep an eye on your pots. Put them in the right places. Weight them in strong current areas. And yeah, better ropes. And hopefully we can, I don't know, reduce the amount of pots that end up in the mangroves, because unfortunately they do more harm than good, realistically. Just pulled the two muddies out of the hole. Example, that's the Jenny, female mud crab. You can tell by the round base on it. And the male mud crab, his base comes to more of a V shape up here. So that typical example, a lot of people don't think larger female jennies mate with the males, so they're pretty good on size, same size. It's a misconception. A lot of the female jennies, the big ones, you can tell when they've been mating, they start to develop rub marks on them. So this one's has just shed its shell. It's quite soft. Queensland, not allowed to keep jennies. They always go back. And just know your sizes on your bucks. 15 centimeters across spike to spike. Just run you through tying up a mud crab. So start your twine. Underneath the body. Then underneath the claws. Then next step is bringing it in between the claw and up behind the body. Bring it behind the rear legs, flip it over, put it in tight, and the old faithful granny knot. Tie it up. Good size hole. You can see one side's got the mound, the other side doesn't. So this shows me that the hole goes back further this way. Over the time, crabs bring out the old mud when they come into take all the settlement out, and this one here doesn't show many signs of a crab actually being in the hole, but a lot of the holes I've had a look at, they haven't had many signs with crabs in there. Normally you'll see like a fresh mud mound in there. That's the best sign you've got a real rusty crab, full, nice big buck that's taking claim to the hole. I'll go in, I'll have a look. Key points. The mound is also home to a heap of other different species of crabs. So the least damage you can do to it, always the better. Any footprints or anything could be damaging holes where you lay your body. I always try to disperse my body weight over these large holes. It just doesn't wreck the hole as much, and then when I'll come back through, I'll clean what I've done. So that way it doesn't look like there's a predator that's attacked the hole and attacked the crab, so other crabs can come back to it and not feel threatened. Let's see. there'll be maybe a soft shell crab in there. That does look pretty old though. No, nobody's home. Oh. There's the mound, comes up, so crab's either going to be back this way, back that way. Good year, you can have your tyre back. Every hole is different, but I always like to just come low and just feel around the sides and then come to the center and just do movements like that. You'll pick up the crab if it's in there on one of those sides anyway. My crab. G'day mate. Very good crab. So, there you go. Crab 101. Ooh. Very clean. So as I was coming in the hole, I could feel on the left side of the hole, I could feel its claws straight away. So what I did, I quickly ran my hand around the right side of it, just go straight towards those back legs. So best thing, like as soon as you can feel any of the back legs, this is token. This is what's going to save your life. When you can feel that, see if you can grab 3 of its legs and then just bring it out. So a lot of the crabs, they don't know what to do under there most of the time, I think. And yeah, you can pull them out pretty quick. Let's go tie it up. Twine, crab. Okay. Come under a body, under its body. Sometimes they play the game. Under the arm, through the claw, back over the top of the shell. Repeat. Now back through the back legs, flip it over. Pull these in nice and tight. The tighter these are, the less the crab will be able to get out. And then a couple of old faithful granny knots. Because we all love our grannies. Crab tied up. splashing off. And it's gotta come right in. Oh, well, look at this. We're just heading back and cleaning up, getting all the mud off ourselves. And old mate Crab's walking in with the tide.